Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast, coming to you from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just a couple of guys drinking some beers, having some chow, and talking all things sports.
All right, boys. Hey, you had episode 83. Are we like? I thought we were way past. I thought this was like 86. Dougie,
I have 84 written down now.
I thought we were past 85. Whatever. We're episode 80 something. Big and Small Podcast. Summertime version. Even though we're dressed to, in the 50s, mid 50s in this town of Plymouth till the middle of June.
Nice mist.
Nice mist going right now. Yeah.
Off the ocean.
Looks like something out of a Stephen King novel out there. All right, boys, get them up. Episode 80 something. Let's go. Look at that. Dougie, get the summer. What is it?
Summer Shandy, little lining kugels.
Oh,
I like that.
Love it.
I like it.
Love it.
All right, welcome to all of our millions of viewers. We appreciate all the support. Soon enough, we'll be getting in some venues with the better weather coming to us. Yeah. Go from there. Looking forward to another good show.
So, the Boston Red Sox are. I hear that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I hear that.
They're on a 5-game skid.
They're 4 games under 500. They're 9.5 games out.
Wow. Yankees must have gone on a streak.
Yeah, they're 9-1 in the last 10.
Yeah, there you go.
They can't score runs. And I don't know what's going on with the pitching staff. I'm interested to get Rick's take on this because Crochet the other night pitched awesome.
Yeah.
He just doesn't get run support. But it seems like every game that Crochet doesn't pitch, they're using like 5, 6, 7 pitchers. And it seems like everybody's on a pitch count. Bello is doing well when he's pitching. It's just whenever he hits 85 pitches, he's out of there. Doesn't matter like what the fuck's going on, he's out of there. So, Rick, I don't know if you have any kind of it's not the first week of the season. We're fucking in here.
We talked about this in the last pod. I've been talking about this for years now. Since Bloom, and now Breslow's even worse. Name me a pitcher they've developed.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And if anything, they get worse. Halper was a freaking all-star last year.
Yeah.
Now he's a mental midget. Bello stinks. You've got one arm. You have one legit arm.
You don't think Bueller's any good?
Bueller's Bueller, but he's Bueller.
And I think what else sucks too is the way these guys are losing these games is almost comical at this point.
Yeah, because they walk too many guys. I don't know what he's doing lineup wise.
They do walk a lot of guys.
They make stupid decisions defensively. Bottom line is, look at the entire baseball team. There is nobody in that organization that since they've been on the Boston Red Sox has gotten any better, except for Rafael Devers.
Yeah,
maybe Duran. He's been solid.
Well, he dropped off this year.
Breo can't hit lefties. No chance. He's on a massive. Look at the stats. The stats I know are staggering. Do you know since Breslow has been the GM? I don't know if you heard this. They've had 50% of the games played since he's been the GM with bringing in hit tracks and whatever the guy Dope is, never heard of him, who's a hitting coach, and whatever their stupid philosophies have been. They've struck out 50% of the games. They've had 10 strikeouts or more. 50%.
Brutal.
That is I was watching a quick thing with Pete Rose. You should check it. It was just a little it was on whatever, X, Twitter, whatever that is. And it was just him doing a little talk about kids and what he does to basically make sure you don't strike out.
Yeah.
And now they've allowed as an organization that's okay. But almost the entire lineup can't hit a home run. So it's a horribly put together team. I told you this from the beginning of the year. They're poorly coached. They're poorly developed. But Coach, what do you think?
Well, Maloney had a good point. He says that in the minors they teach, that they're all worried about individual statistics as far as like exit velocity and all that stuff and launch angle and all these things. He says they forgot to teach them how to win. They don't know how to win. These kids are coming up with zero clue how to win a freaking ball game. Zero clue how to do the right things at the right time. He said that is a systemic problem in baseball, not just the Red Sox, but these kids don't know how to win. And they're up here. Merloni's giving them an excuse because they're all young. He's like, who's your veteran? You got Bregman, who now is hurt, and you got Devers. He goes, other than that, they're all young. They're all young kids. He said that, and none of them know how to win.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I agree with that. I don't agree with it. I get it. But since he was playing, you didn't care in the minor leagues about anything but your own stats.
Right.
Nobody was down there going, let's move runners over. I mean, it's ridiculous. The bottom line, it's a poorly constructed roster. To your point, outrageously young.
Yeah.
They went in. I mean, they did today. They played on the radio. It was a good job by them. By what's his name? Beetle did it first, and then I think Felger and them added up. But do you remember when Breslow was talking about when they signed?
Bregman?
No. The kid this year, who's struggling.
Oh, Campbell.
Yeah, with Campbell, when they talked about how it was an organizational development and how they did it. It's like, what are you patting yourself doing back? He hasn't even played yet.
Right.
I mean, it's embarrassing. Now the kids get crazy pressure. Now you're screwing the kid up, moving them all these different positions. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, figure it out.
But the thing is, you look at his approach to an at-bat, it looks exactly like Rafaela. The two of them are swinging out of their shoes. And I don't understand.
Totally.
Jim Rice said it best post-game. One of the games, he goes, you're playing like you got big boys hitting the ball. He goes, but you don't have big boys. Why are you playing like that? And Jim Rice called it. Like, he's right. Why are you playing like you're trying to hit home runs when you don't have guys that can hit home runs?
Just put the ball in play. Good things happen when you put the ball in play.
1,000%.
It's not
no pressure on the other team. They do nothing well. There's no urgency.
When they do get on, they can run.
They can run, but that if anything, which I love running, but that's been a dying part of the game out of anything.
Yeah.
But they're not clutch. Your Trevor Story's a complete. I guess I could never feel bad for anybody that's making that kind of money, but he is. It's embarrassing. And again, as an organization, watch his at bats. He hasn't tweaked his bat. Kyle Yastrzemski, Doug. For any young, Kyle Yastrzemski would change his
Entire stance.
like 5 times a year.
He looked like a different guy.
Crazy. Just to get himself going.
How about Mickey Rivers? Remember Mickey Rivers?
Such a different level of baseball. I was talking about this the other night. It's embarrassing how bad now. And part of it is there's very few African Americans anymore in the league. The freaking old Negro leagues teams would have destroyed these teams.
Right.
Ridiculous. But I'll tell you one thing, though. He hasn't made one adjustment. Trevor Story. It's his exact same stance, exact same approach every time, and he can't hit a fastball over freaking 95 miles an hour. He's in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Not even. He can't even hit a fastball over 90. He's going to be able to play an endocard and be able to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, it's just... So he was one of those supposed to be veteran presence guys, too. We're probably he stinks.
Well, his main goal going into the year was stay healthy. He stayed healthy, but he stinks.
Yeah, but they're going to destroy the whole group. But like I said, Marcel Meyer, they're all giddy about him coming up. He's just a kid, too. I told you guys this. But what they have to do is decide what you're going to do with Story. If you hit him the ninth every time, let him play the D if it's short. Campbell's got to be the second baseman. Meyer's got to go stay at third. Keep him there. Get Rafael the hell out of the lineup because he's hitting 100. And then you got to bring up
Anthony.
Yeah, you got to bring him up, and then let any stiff play first. Even just platoon that.
But kid Sogard does a pretty good job over there.
Yeah, he's fine. The other guy's fine too.
Toro,
he's fine. I mean, he stinks, but they both stink.
Yeah,
but they got to do that. If you got to try and play the kids, you got to play the kids. But they got no one else to play, so we might as well see them and see how they can develop without screwing her up. But keep moving, guys. Do I have to see Hamilton anymore?
It's aggravating because the middle of the bullpen sucks. The end of the bullpen's pretty good.
I love Chapman.
Yeah,
I love Chapman.
They got some decent.
Blew a game the other night, but
decent starting pitching. Decent, not awesome, but decent. Like they get you. No, I mean they get you through 4.5, maybe 5. Most nights they're okay.
They shouldn't have to.
What do you mean?
Your bullpen shouldn't be having to come up with 5 innings, for Christ's sakes. Your starting pitcher should be able to go 6 fucking innings, for Christ's sakes.
Right. They got one guy. They got one guy that can do it.
Yeah.
They have one guy. We could go on and on about, but the bottom line is Breslow's an embarrassment. They're not firing him. Worst general manager in Major League Baseball, proven. System proven to be the worst in baseball as far as development and continued growth when they get to the major leagues. And you're, again, basically out of the play. You're closer to last place than first place. You're playing the Braves this weekend.
Yep.
Last.
By, so you basically, we're not even going to be in
July,
middle of June, and they're already going to be out of it.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like now you're gonna be so far out of it. Like the trade deadline is gonna be a non-factor. If anything, you might sell, but I mean that's about it.
They got no one to deal.
We're going to sell. Bregman?
I mean, it's unbelievable. Maybe somebody will take a Abreu off your hands.
Maybe.
But you're still not getting any stud for that. It's so disappointing because once again we got to go through another summer of no baseball, and it makes the summer just brutal. Because
living and dying on the Patriots friggin' training camp.
Yeah,
so this is what I don't understand either. It's the New England fan is still like, oh, the AL, it's not that bad. If we could just go on a little run, we could like. Are you watching the same fucking games everybody else is fucking watching? Do you see this team?
Terrible. But in my opinion, I think the roster is better than the record. I do. I think the roster. I think guys are underperforming. I think the coaching is horrible, and I think that's costing them games. But I think their talent is better than their record. That's my opinion. And I think
I don't totally disagree with you at all as far as that goes, but enough with Cora.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He's always got an excuse.
I'm all set with Cora.
No discipline, no structure, no consistent strategy in what they're doing in games. The team, they've fundamentally been horrible for 3 years.
Yes.
Horrible. To me, you can't fire the players. You can get rid of some of them, but someone's got to play. So the one thing you get rid of is go find a pitching coach, go find a hitting coach, go find a new manager, bring in a whole new philosophy, and definitely fire the general manager. That's what they need. Well, it's like the Bruins. I mean, it's like right now, it's like now they're going to get a coach. They just gave Don Sweeney a 2-year extension. I mean,
which is like
what are we doing?
It's like a deadbeat GM.
What are we doing? We're lose a town. Lose a town. USA has become Boston, Massachusetts. Can you believe it? All because of 4 general managers. Well, three general managers that absolutely butchered their opportunities in one of the greatest sports towns of all time. Brutal. Just a brutal time for us all.
Do you want to stay in New England or do you want to go national?
Well, let me just throw one more thing out about the Sox. Is last year everyone got a little giddy because Theo got involved with ownership. That guy's been a ghost, which is disappointing. I thought maybe he was going to kind of put a little spin on it, kind of get involved a little bit. All he's doing is sitting back and collecting a check. So,
I am waiting for him.
I don't know. I haven't heard about Theo, have you?
I would like that gig. That gig would be awesome.
Yeah. So anyway,
right?
where
Yeah,
we going next?
I mean, I don't know. It's they're probably dealing with a lot over there that are team underperforming. You probably got an owner that doesn't want to spend any money, pinching pennies. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't understand the baseball the pitching analytics where it's like, all right, this guy's only gonna throw fucking to this guy. Like, you're down fucking 6-0. Like, who gives a fuck? You just need a guy in there to chew up innings for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
It's philosophy. It's philosophy. They spent money. Spent some money. I mean, that's, it's they've had two absolutely pathetic general managers back to back, and general managers either make or destroy organizations.
But do you think it's the general manager's fault, or do you think he's following direction from the ownership?
I think it's the general manager's fault. I don't think that ownership does anything.
All right.
The only thing they would do is maybe, like Dougie said, if you were like saying, "Hey, we really got to go get Dougie Proctor as a free agent."
Dougie Proctor.
My phone's on. My phone's on. I'm ready.
We got to pay him whatever, and that's when an owner can say, "No, we're not doing that." Outside of that, they don't make one other decision.
The ownership?
Yeah, that ownership group.
No, they don't.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
but then don't worry. They're gonna hop on a plane and fly out to fucking wherever they went to go talk to Rafi.
Yeah, but that was really just Breslow.
And no, it's Kennedy.
I know Kennedy.
Whatever the hell.
Oh, Kennedy. That's one of the greatest gaff jobs on earth too.
What does he do?
He's like a PR guy.
Yeah.
Who just puts a spin on everything, that everything's good. And the other thing is, I've said this before on the podcast, I blame the fans. I blame the people that buy tickets and go to that stadium. And I've said it for years. You want to keep doing it? Great. Because then they don't care. They don't care. But keep buying hot dogs, keep buying drinks, keep going buying tickets, and they're there. When you finally stop showing up, that's when something's going to happen. And maybe the ownership will sell the team, which I'd love.
Yeah.
Love them to be sold in a heartbeat. And you bring a whole new group in here and take everything over. But, so I said, get ready, Patriots fans. If you guys don't win this year, there's going to be a lot of empty seats in Foxborough.
So let's stick on the Patriots then. Good segue.
Yeah.
Andrews retired. Longtime patron decided to hang him up. We already have a little bit of a drama, not controversy, but drama, I guess.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, a couple of well-endowed females in the hind end region shaking their ass all over Diggs.
And he pulls out a bag of what?
Funding.
I don't know what it was.
And then Brabo, when pressed upon it, gave a very Belichick-esque response.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
I think the dude needs to show up. He needs to show up. He shows up, starts working out, doing whatever the hell he's going to do. This entire thing goes away. He stays away, then it becomes, like a sore that you don't take care of.
But there's still, you don't have to be here right now.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, thing is, what an idiot. But there's nothing they can do. There's no proof. Unless the league's going to go drug test them the other day.
Well, what's his name? The safety admitted to having cocaine. The one that was, he's there. So, Diggs hasn't admitted to anything. So,
Guilt by association.
I don't think the league's going to do anything, but I think it would look good for him if he showed up just to, rehab here. You know what I mean? Like, just be present.
I think he's going to stink anyway.
Doug, you're so negative. I don't like your negativity.
About this offense, I am negative. I'm excited to watch.
I'm
about the offense, yes. No, about the offense, I'm negative. I'm excited to watch the defense, but I think the only way this team is going to win games is if the defense pitches shutouts.
It's all about the offensive line, Dougie. Do they have a better offensive line right now than they had last year?
Yeah.
That's the key.
But that doesn't mean they're good. They're just better than garbage.
I think that. What do you think? I think they got a serviceable offensive line. Plus, they got guys. The depth is way better now because they got guys like the kid from Penn State. Now he's the depth guy at right tackle, his natural position. He's a depth guy there. You know, he's behind the guy they picked up from the Jets.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So he's now a depth guy who can learn.
And the other kid, they got the kid from last year in the draft is a big cat too. That's really good.
Yeah,
I like.
Yeah,
those,
Robinson maybe.
Yeah,
Is that his name?
Yeah, those guys are good guys.
Now they're depth guys with veterans in front of them. I'm telling you, Dougie, it's they are built
way better setup play.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, and I've said this
Caden Wallace, the guy from Penn State.
I don't know if Drake May's the answer.
No, and I think with what you saw last year, I think if you're a defense playing the Patriots, if you don't blitz every single fucking play, you're an idiot.
Yeah, but hopefully McDaniels is going to actually, he actually knows to call a screen once in a while.
Well, they have this magic position that's new this year. It's called fullback. There's actually a fullback on the roster. So, I mean, that helps a lot, especially in blitz situations.
No, I think it's all. I agree with you. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, the coaching's going to be way better.
Yeah.
I mean, people have discussed, which is a good point. McDaniels has done nothing without Brady, similar to Belichick. Nothing. And what's going to happen here with the development of Drake May? I just don't know if I'm sold on him. I still feel he's also a mental midget.
And this comes back. I think I've said it for like 5 pods in a row. The Patriots getting rid of Joe Milton is going to be the Achilles heel.
Oh, yeah. But imagine, like they were saying, I guess the press could go into the OTAs. And they said that actually Dobbs was better than May.
Oh, watching practice?
What we're reporting, yeah. And to your point, Doug, they were like, imagine if
Joe Milton was there?
Milton was there whipping it around.
No, he's too busy throwing it to fucking Stephon Diggs. Oh, I'm sorry. CeeDee Lamb, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the offense, you get a couple tight ends, you get good running, you get great running back.
They do.
Room. You've got, hopefully the rookie receivers are going. We're just going to see if they get some out of these other guys that, like I said, didn't get coached last year.
They only need one guy. They got Butte, they got Polk, and they got Baker. They only need one of those guys to do anything. What do you do with Bourne? Is Bourne going to be a guy? I don't know.
Yeah, but you got Douglas. You've got...
Oh, yeah, no. You got Douglas, you got Hollis, and you got Diggs.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got, behind them, though, you need, that kid, Kyle Williams, is supposed to be, he's like the best of the bunch.
Those guys are material. I think it's just a matter of, I just don't want to hear if they aren't good offensively that it's because Drake May has nothing around him. Give me a break.
No, and they have a way better offensive line. I mean, that's the thing, Doug. When you have a better offensive line, the skill guys get time. The more time the skill guys get, the better the quarterback becomes. All right? Just follow those words, Doug.
But I do agree with you, Doug. I think the question mark with the club is, can they consistently move the football? And either you can say, the quarterback's overrated, the line stinks when we see what this product looks like, but I could see that being a complete bust, Doug. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I don't think any of their receivers have. Once they get the ball in their hands, I don't think they have anybody who's a playmaker. They just catch and get tackled, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like I don't like.
Who did Brady have that was a playmaker?
Edelman, Gronk.
Edelman never separated from anybody.
You got to run. Yeah. I think the issue. I think I would agree that, no doubt, though, the defense is going to be good.
Oh, yeah,
1,000%.
And so the key is how do you, what's it going to all look like as they start to gel? But I think they're definitely, without question, going to be able to run the football.
Yeah.
In that offensive line, even last year, the problem wasn't running the football.
No.
The problem was pass blocking.
I mean, Vidarian Lowe, who was your starting left tackle last year, is now a depth piece. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you're a starting left tackle in the NFL, You can play tackle.
Yeah,
You're a football
He
player.
can go and play guard too.
You're a football player. You know?
Yeah, they
have a lot of depth on that line all of a sudden.
And also, how many times we talked about it last year? Just the whole scheme, like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
How many times did they just leave?
There was
those tackles naked,
right? Against speed guys.
And send out 5 guys in stupid routes, and you don't need to do that.
Right.
How many times do we see a slip screen?
Never.
How many times do we see a middle screen?
Never.
How many times do we see a trick play?
No.
I mean, it was embarrassing. It was a freaking bad high school offense. No offense, Plymouth North, but it looked like you.
But I think May mentally, I think he I'm not saying he's smart. What I'm saying is that
I'm wrong.
He wants to succeed. He wants to do the right things. He wants to be, he wants to be the guy. And I think he says the right shit, does the right shit. I think the kid that the left tackle they picked up is doing the right things, saying the right things. I mean, they're talking about how he's all over the veteran guy they got from the Jets. After every practice, he's working with him. His footwork is phenomenal. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm optimistic. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm optimistic.
I'm more optimistic about the Patriots than any other program right now in the city.
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting. Not to segue. I don't want to segue.
Celtics have got major.
Well, I don't want to segue, but I got a feeling Brad Stevens is going to pull something out of his ass with the draft. I wouldn't be surprised to see Celtics with the number 1 pick somehow. I'm telling you right now.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's going to pull something out of his ass.
Well, Jaylen Brown's rehabbing a partially torn meniscus right now, so.
Partially torn meniscus is nothing. I had 2 meniscus tears. You know me, Doug. I'm fucking fast.
He played right through it. Man. He played through it.
That's it.
Some spinach and let's go.
All right, so let's go to the NHL.
The NHL.
Your Florida Panthers had a nice little gentleman's sweep.
They won.
They won. They
4-1.
4-1.
They won, but they lost the game.
Yeah,
gentleman's sweep.
Oh, that's a gentleman's. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I grabbed a beer, please.
I didn't know that term. I never heard of that.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh.
Learn something new every day.
Gentleman's sweep means you're giving them 1 game. You're making them feel feeling good about themselves a little bit. The question is,
Brad Marchand looks fucking
rejuvenated,
like he got a fucking B12 shot in the ass.
Yes, exactly. He is flying. I was watching him last night. I went, "Who is that guy? He's a free agent." Do they pick him up?
If you were him, would you come back to Boston?
No, I'd say fuck you.
Yeah, knowing the shit show that's here.
I'd be like, Florida, give me $3 million, I'm good.
I don't know. To be honest, I said it when he was dealt there that they were going to do him a solid, get him there, with the understanding that he'd come back to end his career. That's what I said that a while ago. But I don't know. I don't know if they'll. It depends what Florida's got for cap because they're not going to all lose him. I'll tell you that.
No.
But no, it's so different watching that from not.
Oh my God!
Like you're the enemy, but the guy, Barkov. I mean, he is.
You see what he did to Olaf last night? Oh, Olaf was all over him. He just shredded him like he was a.
But did you see the other goal of the one that put him ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was a forward. He undressed.
Yeah.
Then he slid it across.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, he is. They got some. That's a real hockey team right now. It's a real hockey team, and the pickup of Marchand and Seth Jones just really put them over the top.
But they got like 3 solid number 1 defensemen.
100%.
3 of them.
Yeah.
We got nothing. We got freaking Charlie McAvoy. Sucks. I mean, that's the difference. They got every position is a dude. A dude.
Yeah, they're 4 deep, but definitely 3 unbelievably deep down the middle at center. Yeah. They get Marchand was a big pickup there. They got him bouncing all over the place. Last night they only played with 10 forwards. They had to play with 10 forwards.
Yeah, he was playing with Rodriguez.
They were moving everybody around.
He was playing with Rodriguez. He played with Bennett a bunch. Yeah, I mean, I've seen on Twitter, they're like, oh, yeah, Florida's stacked because there's no sales tax in Florida.
Well, it doesn't hurt. That's not why. It's because they have a probably one of the greatest coaches in NHL history. Not even a question.
Under the radar, though, that guy.
It's ridiculous. You know how long he's been a coach?
A long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And he's by far one of the greatest coaches of all time. And obviously, I don't know who the GM is off the top of my head, but he's done a hell of a job. And they went out, said, let's make another run, and found two pieces that I don't think they might have still got out into the Stanley, but I doubt it.
Especially with Kachuk.
Toronto series was a grind.
Especially with Kachuk being hurt.
Not playing in that series, they lose.
Yeah, well, Kachuk is hurt. He's something. He's not 100% for sure. And him being not 100%, they need a Marchand. Marchand is a stud on that team.
Yeah, and he's diverse. He does it all. He can go to second power play unit off first. He plays first or second PK. He's rejuvenated. It's awesome.
He was flying last night, and I'm like, who is that guy?
Yeah, it shows you he played in Boston with Stiffs.
Yeah,
he hasn't had. After Bergeron was gone, he hasn't had a center.
Well, you know what though? Rejuvenated. Speaking of that, you see, Swayman got the gold with a shutout in the World Cup of Hockey. Elias Lindholm had one hell of a tournament. He's back. He was injured, and he looks like he's turned a corner. So and Swayman looked good. Swayman's Team USA #1 goalie. Got the shutout for the gold medal.
Let's hope so in that rinky-dink tournament.
What do you mean?
Rinky-dink. All the stuff isn't even there. It's ridiculous. They're on a huge ice surface. They barely even hit each other.
I was going to say, that's the one they play on a massive rink, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Hey, give me a little credit. Just let me enjoy that. Okay? Can I enjoy that?
I could be. I'm positive for you, but come on. Yeah. Hey, guys, what's the day was like? A shift was walking around with his USA shirt on. I go, are you kidding me? This is like not even.
Well, no, the embarrassing thing is guess who they beat for the gold medal?
I think it was.
You would think like Sweden, Finland, right?
Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this? Name a Swiss hockey player.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. So think of it this way: the Olympics, you're not beating Switzerland for a gold. Never mind that. Never mind the Canada Cup, the World Cup. I mean, come on.
Right.
That tournament was not even shouldn't even be discussed.
So, what do you think of the other series, Edmonton and Dallas? Edmonton's up 3-1, huge one tonight. We're on Dallas.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. The last podcast, I thought Dallas was the team to beat, and boy, it's Edmonton turned it up a notch.
And if you go back to the archives, you got me saying, look at Edmonton. Edmonton's going to go to the Cup against Florida. Again, repeat.
Yeah.
But the puck whisperer, a.k.a.
Patrick Hilton,
came out tonight and said, go Dallas and the over.
Dallas in the over. Last night he said take Florida money line, and then the game before he said take the under of the Oilers Stars game because Skinner is phenomenal at home.
And he's on a bit of a streak. So hopefully that continues.
Hopefully. Me and Jordy are on it.
He went out and shot 78 today at Crosswinds.
I think Dan's on it too.
Oh, yeah?
He was texting me. He's like, I like Dallas tonight. I like we're all on Dallas.
Well,
I hope Dallas wins. It sends the series a little bit, gives Florida a little more rest too, and then goes. But my preference would definitely be Edmonton, Florida. What a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
But honestly, I love Marchand and stuff like that, but I want to see McDavid win a cup. The guy deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, I think he's the greatest ever play. He's the greatest hockey player ever to play.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
He's the greatest.
I don't know
Should
if
I clip?
go there.
Should I clip
He might
that?
be the fastest, but I don't know if he's the greatest.
Clip that and put that on fucking socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
Wow, Doug. I don't know. The big words. Better win a freaking cup.
I know.
But again, it gets to a Stanley Cup.
He gets there. He just
He
doesn't
can't
finish.
win.
Just doesn't finish.
Well, we'll see. Big one tonight. I'm excited to watch.
So at 28 years old, he's already the greatest hockey player ever.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, I'm going to explain this. Right now, as we're constituted in the NHL,
Yeah.
the players are the most talented they've ever been in history. Do we agree with that?
Yeah.
Collectively, as a league,
100%.
they are the most talented players ever in the history of hockey. He is leaps and bounds ahead of all of those people.
He's not even number one in like scoring categories.
What are you talking about?
He's fourth in assists this year. He's sixth in points. He's tied for
does it all.
69th in fucking goals.
He does it every year. What do you mean? 69? What are you talking about?
Tied for 69th in goals. He's got 26 goals.
In the
In the regular season.
No. His stats are wrong. McDavid only had 26 goals this year?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I believe. I don't think he had a monster offensive year.
He had over 100 assists.
He had 74 assists.
Yeah.
Maybe he was injured.
Draisaitl had a monster year, right? Draisaitl had a big year.
You say McDavid had 26 goals, 74 assists this year?
This year, yeah.
He must have been hurt.
Oh, it's still 100 points. 100 points is a ton of points.
All right.
Yeah, Draisaitl had 52 goals.
Yeah.
Led the league. Tied for third in points at 106.
All right. McDavid's better.
So I'm saying, don't just speak off the cup. You got to have the stats to show it.
It's more than you got to know. You got to know the game.
Okay, yes, greatest ever.
See, the reason why Draisaitl was so, productive is because people were locked in on McDavid.
Oh,
So he's sucked up resources to open it up for everybody else.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely.
Like Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman wouldn't have a freaking point if he wasn't playing with McDavid.
Sure.
No, I mean, he's an absolutely ridiculous player. He's the fastest guy in the NHL, fastest guy I've seen.
Yeah.
Probably ever.
Ever.
But baseball time, I would say I like your argument as far as the modern era is a different era. But I don't know.
Which is why Ovechkin breaking the scoring record is it's huge. Way more difficult to do what he did than what Gretzky did. I mean, Gretzky, the guys look like stick figures in goal when Gretzky was playing.
And there's an asterisk with fucking Ovechkin. He still had the COVID. He should have had I don't know,
true.
70 more goals than what he actually fucking has.
Yeah.
With the COVID year and all that other shit.
What he did is phenomenal, and it's way more difficult. It's funny though. I've seen parodies and stuff with Gretzky saying, "Yeah, that's great. I was an assist guy." Gretzky, he had over 2,000 assists, something like that. Crazy.
Oh yeah, no, we did. But to your point, the games were way higher scoring, not even close.
Back then, yeah.
Different era. Though the technology on sticks is way better now, where the guys can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't. Goalies, what they wore back when Gretzky played, if you had the sticks now, there'd be guys in Matt Carroll every game.
Yeah, dead.
But it's hard to compare eras. It's like the steroid era, whatever. You know,
it's so hard. You can do it for every sport. Baseball, like Babe Ruth. How fast were the pitchers throwing at Babe Ruth? 80?
They were throwing hard. No. They were throwing hard. But that's one sport where it kind of transcended because the group of guys that played was so small. it was so small back then that it was the best of the best. There was only like 8 teams, so they were, they're all white guys. But I mean, huh?
The American League. No, but the Babe Ruth thing, he was just a physical freak in the time, But the thing is that great baseball players. The difference is that I look at generations. Think of it this way: we just talked to us, Doug, right? Guy in the day, every pitcher threw, unless something weird happened, threw 7 to 8 innings.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah. Some did, like Noel Ryan, but there was always a closer. But I'm saying back in the old days, so you were getting a face at least the same arm,
right?
3 at bats, or 4 at bats,
yeah.
Now you could end up seeing an arm for an at bat.
Right.
You might have to deal, specialty relievers. Totally different game.
Yeah.
It's just so every sport's changed. That's why you can't compare talent with the difference of the game. What I compare is how the game was played and how much better overall fundamentally players were. And probably in general, the only sport today that the players are more fundamental, or as fundamental as it, maybe even more, is hockey. You can't play hockey without knowing how to run a power play, or you'll lose. Without knowing how to kill penalties, or you'll lose. Without structure in what your system is, or you'll lose. It's that simple. You can go get a Rennie. You can have the worst basketball coach in the country and go win an NBA championship in Joe Mazzulla.
See the Boston Celtics.
But you can't end up being there.
Since day one. Guy's a fucking traffic cone out there.
This year, he had no idea what he was doing. Analytics have killed sports. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. That's why I think fundamentals, like even in football, do you look at fundamentals now, what's going on in the zone read and everything in college football? These kids can't come in. Some of them can.
They can't even take a snap on the center.
Brutal.
They can't.
Yeah. There's no cadence. It's just clapping.
Brutal.
They can't go like this. This is how you get the ball on the center. They can't do it.
Anyway, we'll both see what happens with the Bruins. Is a disaster. So who do you think is going to be the next coach?
Marco Sturm is a leader in the clubhouse, I believe.
Very exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, really? Should have put Dale Arnold there. I mean, who cares? Right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it really matters who the coach is going to be, as long as, like Rick is saying, the philosophies of upper management stays the same. It doesn't matter who the coach is.
Well, in my opinion, so this is what I'm kind of excited about. In my opinion, Sweeney's got to do something because he's only on a 2-year road. So I think he's going to try to make shit happen. Otherwise, he's going to be unemployed. And he knows it,
Well, I think the shitty thing is, too, is like you already had 2 good coaches. You already had Cassidy and fucking Montgomery.
Right. I know. They blew it.
So
The problem with
clearly those guys can coach.
Yeah.
The issue is that Don Sweeney and Neely, again, horribly pathetic in developing their young talent, horribly pathetic in the draft, and have not done a good job in free agency for a long time. That's where you are. Then you're going to bring in the German to coach, Marco Sturm. Wow, he should come in the room. Wow, imagine that. Marco Sturm, give me a break. And you know what the Brewers need to do is, do me a favor. Go get a Russian that can play offense and put him on the team. When's the last time we had that? Who's the last one? Sergei Samsonov?
Rosie Rosicka?
No, Rosicka was a Czech.
Oh, I thought it was Russian.
Samsonov's the last bona fide Russian forward.
Yeah.
So that's forever ago.
It's 20 years
How
ago.
do you have an NHL franchise like your Prejudice or something that doesn't have a Russian up front? Every good team has at least one good Russian up front. Maybe 2, maybe 3. I mean, it's ridiculous. Just look at this past series with Carolina and Florida. I mean, you kidding me? I mean, Jesus.
Especially Barkov.
The guys that go to BC as a freshman is 6'6", can't skate, and got no goals in your entire freshman year at Boston College. You got to be kidding me.
I mean, what do you think? Do you get somebody decent at 7 or probably not in the draft?
If they do their homework, they should. That's a good pick. They should be in the KHL. Should be in the KHL looking at the leading scorer. Get him over here.
That's it. Anything. But Dean Letourneau. Oh,
Dean Letourneau out of freaking
I just still can't.
East Oshkosh.
It's just it's sad. I'm running around like a lunatic, and these guys are making a ton of money, destroying the best franchises on earth, and getting a freaking
fortune.
Pass.
Yeah,
Fortune.
And a fortune to do it.
It's just pathetic.
The three of us could coach any of the teams in this town and do better than they've done. I'm not joking.
I don't know if I can coach better, but I know I could definitely coach better than Cora. That I could do that in my sleep. Then I could definitely light up whoever the hitting coach is, because that's no idea. And the lack of that, the mentality around how to play the game, I would have killed somebody by now. As far as if you think you're getting up and striking out every other bat, go home, get out of here. I'm going to get some guy from the Cranberry League to come in and hit, who will at least put the ball in play, as Doug likes to say. But
good things happen when you put the ball in play, just like good things happens when you put pucks on net.
Absolutely.
You know, like,
and Marchand, I'll tell you, that's a team that proves that more than anybody is Florida. They just sling it in there. But and also the thing I definitely am comfortable I can do as well is the freaking general manager job. And what Belichick did when he was here, that embarrassment. He is down in North Carolina now. What an embarrassment! I
That's gonna be must-see TV though, just to see what happens.
Bad, they stink. Thank God they're lucky they're in the worst conference country, but
it is mind-boggling to me how like the coaching staff for the Red Sox, like you've been with these guys pretty much every single day for 3 months now.
Yeah.
Taking BP every single day, looking at the computers, the analytics every single day, and just every single person across the board is going down except Devers.
Yeah, they got a curve. It's like this.
So
you look in the mirror at that point.
Is Devers just not paying attention to what the fucking coaches are saying?
No, I've seen the guy.
Or is he just that
Talk
much
about
better?
no fundamentals. That guy is all twitch, hand-eye. That's all he is. That's all he is. There is zero fundamental in Devers.
Yeah, he was a freak when he came out. The difference is they don't have any other freaks.
Right.
And Trevor Story, though he hit when he was in Colorado, hasn't hit a ball since.
No.
He's always been a streak hitter anyway. Won't adjust. He's obviously dumb as a stump. You lose Bregman, who at least could battle.
Yeah.
I mean, good freaking the rookie catches hitting fourth.
I think Story's getting taxed mentally right now too. He might need a 10-day IL with Houck in the same facility and go be roommates or something.
The new philosophy in baseball is your best batter bats second. The fourth guy is like as good as the eighth guy, but they don't even look at it that way.
I know. Just get as many bats as you can.
It's a different. It's so disappointing. What would happen if a team came out and played old school baseball? You know, put the ball in play. You know, bunt less than 2 outs, guy in first and second. Like, what if they did that? I think they'd dominate.
Just back to like Nook Road.
I think they'd
Nook
dominate.
Road 101.
Yes, I think they would absolutely dominate. Move guys over. God forbid, throw strikes. You know, play defense. Good fundamentals.
Yep. No,
because it's the analytics.
It's the same game though. Like
yeah, but it's analytics. They're like, you know, you're
team.
giving away outs. Like the analytics say, don't give away outs. Even though you're putting a runner in scoring position, don't give away outs.
Strike it out. Their idea is because you're swinging and missing 3 times, you're building pitch count, and that's why. Did we lose Rick? What's going on?
Yeah.
All right. You're building pitch count, which means you're going to be in a better situation further in the game. But you know what? You can lose a game in the first few innings.
Yeah.
You can't win it. You can definitely lose it.
Well, the team's just not built the way you would think they should be built. Like, you get that nice speed. Couple guys, they want a speed guy up top.
Tons.
Number 2 guy puts the ball in play, moves guys around. He can usually run. Now you bring up your 3, 4, 5s, drive in some runs.
Right.
The problem with the Red Sox now is if Devers gets on, no one else behind him can hit him in.
No.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
So I'd rather hope someone gets hit by a pitch and it's in front of Devers and maybe blows out a 2-run jack or something.
Right.
Yeah, we got to move on from the Red. I can't talk Red Sox.
Let's talk Indigot Gulls baseball.
Yeah, thanks, Doug, for bringing that up. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Were they Grand Rapids, Cedar Rapids?
They're in
they're in Ohio.
They're in Cleveland. They're outside of Cleveland, an hour outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
For those who don't know, the Endicott Gulls in the Division III College World Series for the third consecutive year. Last weekend beat Claremont from California at Endicott in the Super Regional. They beat them 2 straight to move on. That was their 3rd straight Super Regional win. Just incredible. They're 44-4. And they have won 55 straight games at home.
Wow.
It's staggering. They're just dudes. I mean, they're dudes. Tragedy, though. In the second game against Claremont, the number 2 pitcher, Stein, took a line drive off the elbow, broke his elbow. So he's not in the World Series. Huge loss going into a double elimination tournament. They got to get the snide, win game 1. They play at 10 a.m. tomorrow. They got to win that game because they've lost the last 2 years game 1. And if you lose that first game, you're in deep trouble.
I'm going to be locked in.
Yeah.
I'm going to have it on the laptop.
10 a.m. James got a couple ABs. But they, so they're just good. I mean, it's top to bottom. They're so deep, But yeah, he's having a ball. They got out there, flew out Tuesday night. And last night they went to, was it last night? I think it was last night, the night before. They took, the teams got to go to the Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians versus the Dodgers game.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So they all took them out there. He said it was cool. And tonight's they have an opening ceremony and stuff tonight that they'll go to a big banquet.
That's cool.
And yeah, so it's very excited for them. So tomorrow morning's a big game. But I'll tell you, it's been that team. Like I say, even for James to say, I give credit for him to him. And,
yeah.
He still ended up hitting it over 400, 430, whatever. And it's a tough.
But what a ride, though! What a ride! But what a ride! I mean, it's I give the kid a lot of credit.
They've basically won it's combined in the past 3 years 120 games, and they've won in his career they've won 150. It's staggering. It's truly staggering. So, but good for them. Good bunch of guys. His buddies are all good dudes. And I wish them the best. But thanks for bringing that up, Doug. And they also ended up being the only New England team to make it to the World Series and shit.
Oh, Salve lost?
Yeah, Salve lost. So they're the only team there from New England, and so that's it. The DC had a pretty good run in the ACC tournament, but then they lost.
But so the beginning of the year, though, Endicott played some of the tough D3 teams down in Florida. Are those teams back? Are they in the World Series? Some of those teams?
I didn't see a couple of them. John Hopkins is in. Yeah. John Hopkins is #1 seed. Oh. They're the favorite. They're playing Keene tomorrow. I don't know much about them.
That's the team that played Salve.
Yeah, there must be. Yeah. So they must be a good club. So yeah. They're all good at this point. But the good part was it's kind of the first time going into the World Series. In the regional, they beat twice a team from Texas. And in the Super Regional, the team was from California. Yeah, so they really haven't run into that. They, last year, the Super Regional was, I think against Western New England or something. Yeah. So it was good. They're a little more balanced. They're just a deep lineup. They can run. They're aggressive. They can't bunt, but that's a little different. But anyway, congrats to Coach Haley and the guys. I wish them all the best out there.
Beautiful. Best of luck to the Endicott Gulls. Let's take it at little pressed for time. Yeah, so let's take it to Let's take it to a top three real quick.
All right.
What's at the table? Gonna have Coach talk about his trip to the
Oh,
We can do entertainment or top three, whatever you want.
well, I just want to throw a shout out to JT the Mutt's parents. They hosted me in LPP last weekend, and it was a great time, great weekend, unbelievable people. We had, you know what? I feel like I've been like friends with them for my whole life. That's how cool it was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was very comfortable.
I look forward to the wedding.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave it there, Rick.
Shout out to Lisa's daughter, lovely Lisa's daughter, Sophia. Graduation was today at UMass Boston.
Nice.
She's going to be a chemist / doctorate. She's moving on to grad school at Florida State University. So
it's a Seminole. It's going to be a Seminole.
Yeah.
While I think of it, we'll have another pod before then, but June 14th, it's the same day as Cole's party.
Yeah.
My little brother Brian apparently will be the, how do I explain this? He will be the lead pilot in the National Guard flyover for the Red Sox game.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. Good.
That'd be funny. He called me the other day and told me. He's like, I won't be at Cole's party because I'm flying the Blackhawks over Fenway. I said, it's all right.
Fly to your house.
It's all right. Yeah, he'll probably fly by on the way back, which will be good.
Yeah, tell him to do a flyby, coming right by.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
You can land right at Plymouth Airport.
Bad news, though. Edmonton up 1-0.
It's all right. Hey, Florida was down fucking 2-0 last night, and they
were.
Had three unanswered.
What a story, though, Corey Perry.
It helps with the, I know, huh? It helps with the over.
20 years old, Corey Perry.
Anyway, so top three. I was thinking top three all-time MLB coaches and managers.
All right.
Head guys.
All right.
So I'm gonna go old school, probably all night. But back in the day, I mean, they had, guys were like, the manager was identifiable as your best player. Back in those days.
Oh yeah.
So one of my all-time favorites. You'll never guess, Dougie, because way beyond your time. But Detroit Tigers head coach Jim Leland.
Jimmy Leland. Well, yeah.
I know Jimmy. He used to rip butts in the fucking dugout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he went with Pittsburgh. He was unbelievable.
But he was a winner.
Classic.
The guy would win.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Might be before your time, Doug, but he was a freaking classic. Earl Weaver.
With
the Baltimore Orioles. He could get an umpires grow like no one else.
Talk about juggernaut, though. That team, those teams in the 70s, they had like 3 or 4 guys that had 20 wins on their staff.
Yeah.
The pitching staffs were unbelievable back then.
Crazy. Now they stink. Talk about a fire.
Can I have another beer?
Talk about a problem there.
I'm gonna go. Trying to think. Who? I'm gonna start it off with Dusty Baker.
Good one. I like that.
Yeah. Steady Eddie.
San Fran
with the toothpick.
Yeah.
Toothpick in the wristbands. He wore wristbands for whatever fucking reason.
Well, so my next guy, longevity, kind of like bigger than life. Tommy Lasorda.
That was my name.
Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda, the Dodgers. I mean,
he was Dodgers guy. Short little fire plug.
But he was like,
I like those guys.
He was like famous, like movie star famous.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lasorda.
Well, I'm going to stay in the fiery notion, but one of the classics of all time, Billy Martin.
Billy Martin.
Yeah, they don't see. The sad thing is, like, all these guys coached against each other back then. Do
you think anybody would have gotten anybody now? I think. Do you think Cora would have ever gotten Reggie Jackson's mug?
No.
he lit Reggie Jackson up like a Christmas tree over and over. Motivated him to end up being Mr. October.
I know. It's even the teams that didn't win it, the manager was still like the guy, you know?
I think statistics wise, he's the best. He's definitely second, but Terry Francona.
Yeah, I had him on my list.
Yeah, he's legit. Terry Francona.
Longevity, the whole thing.
Yeah, they got fired here, went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, coach is thinking. I have a good note. I have a good side note. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was on Nesson. There was a special about the Hartford Whalers.
No.
Have you seen this? Well, if you look it up, you should be able to find it. It's awesome. I didn't realize what history that is. I mean, I knew, the Howes were there, and Gordy went there, and Francis, and how good they were. But the whole history of how that materialized, because they ended up, the whole thing was that's why if you saw the game last night, there's a lot of Hartford, because Hartford became the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, they were a good franchise, and what happened, how they got there, if anybody likes hockey, that's something you should really.
Well, one of the guys said,
watch.
One of the guys that went from Hartford to Carolina that won the Cup, Glenn Wesley.
Yeah,
from the Bees.
100%. That's right.
So no, my guy.
Bonnie Francis was there too.
The reason I'm struggling is was it Dick McNamara or no the guy from Walpole? What was his name? Remember they went on like a 20-something game winning streak?
Catch me off guard. Yeah, terrible coach.
Terrible coach, but he's like in my head.
Yeah, he was just.
He's like in my head. It's one of my favorite ever because they went on that streak. What the hell was his name?
Okay, no,
it's such an easy name. It's like Joe Smith.
Because he was wasn't he like the third base coach or something?
Yeah, he's from Walpole.
Joe Morgan.
Joe Morgan. Yeah, Joe Morgan.
Joe Morgan. I'm throwing Joe Morgan out there just because he took over
the white Joe Morgan.
Yeah,
not the
black.
black.
He took over the Red Sox and they went on like a 20-something game winning streak. Remember?
Oh, I do.
He captured the summer.
Morgan match.
Yes, that's why I went with it.
All right, it's a solid pick, I guess.
Yeah,
for a short.
Well, just as like a favorite memory type guy.
You can see that. Let's see. Hate to say it because another Yankee, but concert pro stud Joe Torre.
Joe Torre. I was going to say Joe Torre too, but
longevity.
I mean, he's just class winner. Did he win in St. Louis?
I don't know about that.
There's a guy from St. Louis that should be on the list. He also coached the A's. Dougie.
Oh yeah, so do an honorable mention.
I'm gonna go with the guy. He's in the Hall of Fame. It's just funny because he always looked miserable on the bench. But Bobby Cox.
Bobby Cox, yeah. I mean, he's miserable because he just got through beating his wife up. I mean,
great coach though. Great coach.
Those teams are unbelievable.
But honorable mention, Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa did it in 2 different venues. And just the teams that they coached were just phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%.
Sparky Anderson's another one.
Chuck Tanner.
I mean,
Pittsburgh Pirates back in the day. We are family.
Yeah.
That team was awesome. What's a Dave Parker?
What's that guy? Ron Washington.
From who? Oh,
Ron Washington? No, he coached. I think he coached. He coached Texas, and I believe the Angels.
Yeah, he was a player.
And Washington.
He played the bigs. He was around. I wouldn't call him decent. I don't know. Good longevity.
Ozzie Guillen.
As a coach?
Yeah, he coached.
All right.
Oh, you're talking like all time. Yeah, I got you.
He was a hell of a shortstop. I don't know being a coach.
Rick Forrest, we could put on the list.
Put Rick on the list.
What about Bobby Valentine?
Dwayne Bullet.
Bobby Valentine was a stiff.
Usually,
He was a stiff.
oh. Don Zimmer.
I know. Don Zimmer's a good one. Although he never won.
Never won. He had a man. He was a classic, though.
All right, Zuggy, we're bringing it home, kid.
Yeah.
Episode 80 something in the books.
84.
I don't think it's 84. We got to look at the thing.
It's
I think
84.
we're recounting. Anyway,
All right, I gotta walk into my turkey burger sliders, Doug.
I'm walking into.
And a little
They scored again? No, it's 2-zip Edmonton, Doug.
Zip Edmonton. Wow.
Now's a great time to live bet Dallas.
Yeah, I would recommend.
The magic, the puck whisperer is deaf tonight.
Uh-oh. So we'll see. All right, boys.
All right,
Till next time.
We'll talk to you later.
All right,
Bye.
good job, Doug. Thanks.